Swagat hai aap sabhi ka. Welcome to the Embassy Weekly Online. And first of all, we would like to wish all of you and your families a happy Diwali. May the bright light of success and prosperity be always on your side. This year Diwali coincides with the National Unity Day celebrations in Russia, which marks the events of the 70th century, when the people get united to defeat foreign invasion and to stop severe political crisis. Today it marks our sincere and deep love for our motherland, as well as our firm readiness to defend it and spare no effort to ensure its security and prosperity. On November 4, Russian President Vladimir Putin visited a memorial complex dedicated to the end of the Russian Civil War in one of the most prominent Crimean cities, Sevastopol. The President laid flowers at the eternal flame near the monument and congratulated the people of Crimea and all citizens of Russia on the national holiday. In his speech, Russian President stressed that the memorial complex in Sevastopol shows that Russia remembers and loves all its devoted sons and daughters, no matter what side of the barricades they once were at, and that our country has recovered its historical unity. This lively, inextricable connection is especially felt here in Sevastopol, in the Crimea. They are now forever with Russia, because such is the sovereign, free and unshakable will of our entire people, said Russian President. Notwithstanding some media reports saying that Russia were downplaying its participation in the G20 SUMMIT, held on October 30th, 31st in Rome, eventually the situation appeared to be completely different. Russian President Vladimir Putin took part virtually in 2 plenary sessions, while Russian Foreign Minister SERGEY Lavrov and a number of senior government officials attended the summit in person. It is important to underline that Russia, along with India and other countries, stand for balanced and non-politicized solutions to tackle climate change and COVID-19 challenges, including the achievement of carbon neutrality, as well as equal vaccines access and mutual recognition of vaccination certificates to ensure sustainable development process for the benefit of all nations. After having conducted a number of bilateral meetings, Sergey Lavrov spoke to media on the outcomes of the multilateral event.
The main conclusion to be made from the work of this summit, and not only on the level of leaders, but also the experts who have coordinated the text of a multi-page declaration, is that attempts to promote unilateral approaches have met with no demand, and most participants have voiced support of multilateral solutions that would include a balance of interests, both relating to fighting the coronavirus pandemic and maintaining a livable climate and energy security as well.
We resolutely condemn terror acts committed by ISIS terrorist group near a military hospital in Kabul on November 2nd. According to available information, about 20 people were killed and over 40 were wounded. We convey condolences to the families and friends of the perished and wish early recovery to the injured. We note the measures taken by the transitional Afghan government to ensure security and a normal, peaceful life in the country. Since the West is unwilling to unfreeze Afghanistan's national assets, the Central Bank of Afghanistan announced a plan to introduce an Islamic banking system that implies, among other things, the sharing of profits and losses between bank investors and borrowers, as well as the absence of interest on loans and collateral. The media is reporting that the National Resistance Front preparing to resume hostilities against the Taliban. We believe that the various ethnic and political forces in the country should refrain from actions that provoke the intra-Afghan conflict. They should look for ways to facilitate mutual understanding and national reconciliation, to restore sustainable peace, stability and security in the country and around it. Moreover, we would like to remind that at the Moscow format meeting on Afghanistan held on October 20, There was a proposal to convene a United Nations donor conference on Afghanistan's economic and humanitarian situation. We know that the UN headquarters has received this signal, and we are awaiting some concrete response in this regard. We would like to draw your attention to a very interesting analytical material, an article of the Deputy Chairman of the Russian Security Council, former President of the Russian Federation, Dmitry Medvedev, titled 6 Lessons from a Pandemic, published on November 1st. There are strong indications that the COVID-19 situation will be generally brought under control in the next few months, but what is also obvious is the need to be constantly prepared to repel such threats in the future, he noted. According to Medvedev, the global community needs to focus on all systems responsible for the life, health and well-being of citizens. It is crucial to introduce new technologies, eliminate inequalities in society, support the most vulnerable groups of people, and prepare emergency funds. Everyone should have safeguarded access to quality healthcare services, to medicines, vaccines, means of protection, which allow people not only to survive in such challenging times, but also to live their full lives every day, the Security Council's Deputy Chairman stressed. You are welcome to scan the QR code to read the article, or click the link in description. On November 1st, Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov gave a big interview to Russian TV channel Russia 24, explaining why Russia would not use any ideology-based rules in its international diplomatic practices. The minister underlined that speaking about international life, the United Nations Charter is a book of collectively and universally coordinated rules which are mandatory for all. He also elaborated that the collective West thinks it more beneficial for itself to discuss current issues outside of the universal organizations and make arrangements within its artificially limited circle of pro-Western countries where there is no one to argue with. Specifically, he referred to the idea of a summit for democracy scheduled by the United States this December. Sergey Lavrov emphasized that eventually this meeting seeks to divide people and countries into democracies and non-democracies, basing on doubtful criteria. For more details on this topic and other pressing global and regional issues, by the way, including situation in Afghanistan, we do recommend you to read the full article. The link to it you can find below, or you can scan the QR code right here. That will be all for today. Thank you very much for watching us. Stay tuned to our website and social media, and see you online.